going. Jelly beans. You like jelly beans?
I don't think you have any idea how fast I really am. I'm fast as fuck, boy.
You picked the wrong house, fool!
Hello?
He's just standing there, menacingly!
Oh my god.
Multi-front attack.
Hell no, man. What the
Sabotages.
fuck, man?
Clean knowledge.
Give it, just give it to me! Give it to me! Give it to me! Give it to me! Just give it! Damn!
Okay.
Holy fuck, Stewie, I'm shitting.
I can't take it anymore.
Now, this is epic.
If you're looking for a new bow to main from anything from quick play to trials to comp, this bow ain't it. It's not. I can't lie to you. Now, I'm not Asdacross, I'm not Cool Guy, I haven't got 20 pie charts to tell you why this thing's bad, but I've played one 10-minute Iron Banner match, and I could very quickly tell that this bow was not going to be crazy top tier. Now, my main issue of this bow is that it is insanely clunky, and it's very slow. It will take an entire lunar cycle for you to draw an arrow and then shoot it. When I use it, I feel like I'm on Ambien. It is so insanely slow to use. And you you really do feel it. And the other thing is that there are 4 other exotic bows. And in the season that we're in, there's at least 8 to 10 legendary bows. And the thing is, all these bows will do at least the same job or better to varying degrees. It won't do they won't do guidance rings, but I think there's legendary bows that you'll get more use out of than just popping a guidance ring, honestly. So really, in reality, even though Big Bow shoot Cool Arrow, it's not that great, and really any other bow would work. In fact, if you want my advice on what to use, don't use bows at all. What you really want to use is either Ballyhoo, Kvostov, Tractor Cannon, or the Halo CE Assault Rifle. Those are your top meta picks. And if you're not using them, you're throwing. I know that makes you angry, but it is just the truth. So get your Ballyhoo out, and if you don't have one, just uninstall the game. There's really no point in carrying on. I'm sorry. But to actually finish the review, if we're going to score it out of 5, I could only give it a 1, really. And my reasoning is because it's tailor-made for PvE. Bungie did not think about PvP with this bow. and that's perfectly fine. And I mean, on longer maps like Eternity, I think you might be able to get some use out of it because of the damage buff at longer ranges. But then again, if you're doing that, you might as well just use a sniper or a scout, really. So, nah, it's gonna be a 1 out of 5. Sorry. To put it really simply, if you don't have the catalyst, I think you should just use Tiku's Divination. I think it's way more effective, I think you get more use out of it, and it just feels better. But with the catalyst, this thing is kinda nutty. This thing's kinda nutty. It's really great boss damage for a primary weapon for a start. And my main issue with it is because the draw speed feels so bad, but with the catalyst, that's completely removed once you get the guidance rings running, of course. I think in a normal Nightfall, you're not really going to use it as much. You're probably still going to use Tiku's Divination. But in a Grandmaster Nightfall, I think Hierarchy of Needs definitely has it over Tiku's Divination. And that's not to say that Tiku's Divination is weak in a Grandmaster, because I think it is very strong, and I think it adds a lot of utility. But the gameplay loop that Hierarchy of Needs specializes at just fits Grandmaster Nightfalls perfectly. And the reason that Hierarchy of Needs is just so strong in Grandmaster Nightfalls is, well, how do you play Hierarchy of Needs? Well, you hit stuff at a range, and you just stay stationary most of the time. Well, that's exactly the same way that you'd play most Grandmaster Nightfalls. The only difference is, compared to a different bow, is that with Hierarchy of Needs, you do Great Ad Clear, you do bonus damage if it's at 40 meters of range, which you might find yourself in time to time, and it does pretty great boss DPS damage. So I think it's a pretty great package if you ask me. So if the Grandmaster Nightfall has got both Solar Shields and Solar Burn, it's time to crank out that Hierarchy of Needs. It's just a given. It's just perfect for a Grandmaster. So I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. But the reason I'm not gonna give it a 5 out of 5 is for the fact that I can't see myself ever using it in a dungeon. To this day, I don't think there's a single dungeon where Hierarchy of Needs would really shine, but I could be proven wrong. Any lower tier Nightfall stuff or seasonal activities, I don't think you'd find yourself using it that much because it's a bit too fast paced for the stationary playstyle. And for some raid encounters, I think it's pretty good boss DPS, but you have to set it up. And I think Outbreak Prime is just still an absolutely great choice. So at this point, it's just personal preference. If you like big orange bow or red laser beam, so it's your choice. But in the end, I'd say definitely a 4 out of 5. Weak in some areas, but really, really strong in others. So yeah, definitely 4 out of 5. This is a classic Bungie W. Very epic, very wholesome. Now for the thing that actually matters. Does this bow, the Russian bow, speak Russian? Well, yeah. I mean, kind of. I mean, I don't know. It might just be making Russian noises, but that's still Russian. So, you know, A star. Very nice. Very cool. I can't tell if they're good noises or bad noises. I don't know if the bow's giving me compliments or if it's verbally abusing me every time I get it out. I mean, who really knows what it's saying? Apart from Russian people, I guess they'd probably know what the Russian bow is saying in Russian. Anyways, that really doesn't matter. What matters is that you find your mummy's credit card, you buy some V-Bucks, and you buy Hierarchy of Needs from the Epic Bungie store. And there you go. And then you're going to get verbally abused for hours from this bow. It is truly epic. So yeah, epic bow.